Something unusual is happening at dealerships. Right now, several well-built SUVs that normally hold their value are suddenly sitting on lots with price tags that look almost too good to be true. We're not talking about stripped-down base models or vehicles with questionable track records. These are solid, family-ready SUVs that just a year ago would have commanded thousands more. The timing, the market shift, and a few strategic miscalculations by manufacturers have created a narrow window where smart buyers can grab real value. In this video, we're walking through 5 SUVs that have seen significant price drops heading into 2026, and the number 3 pick might be the most surprising of all. Before we dive in, hit like and subscribe. It helps me make more videos like this. Toyota Highlander. Start with the Toyota Highlander. And yes, we understand the skepticism. Toyota doesn't exactly have a reputation for fire sales. The brand built its name on holding value, not slashing prices. But here's what's changed. The Highlander is facing pressure it hasn't dealt with in years. Newer hybrid models from competitors are arriving with better fuel economy and more aggressive pricing. At the same time, Toyota refreshed several of its other SUVs, which shifted attention away from the Highlander. The result? Used Highlanders from recent model years are seeing price drops in the 15 to 20% range compared to where they were just 12 months ago. For context, a 3-year-old Highlander that was selling for around $42,000 last year can now be found closer to $35,000, sometimes even less if you're patient and willing to negotiate. That's not a small adjustment, that's real money back in your pocket. And it's happening because the market is reacting faster than Toyota's typical depreciation curve would predict. What makes this price drop particularly interesting is that the Highlander itself hasn't gotten worse. The powertrain is the same reliable setup Toyota has refined over multiple generations. The interior still offers 3 rows of seating that actually fit adults in the 3rd row, which is not something every midsize SUV can claim. Build quality remains solid. Panel gaps are tight, the doors close with a reassuring thunk. Nothing about the vehicle suggests it's suddenly less capable than it was a year ago. The maintenance story stays consistent too. Parts are easy to find, service procedures are straightforward, independent mechanics know these vehicles inside and out, long-term ownership costs remain predictable, which for many families matters far more than the latest infotainment gimmick. So why the price drop? It's not a quality issue, it's a timing issue. Buyers are holding out for the next generation or gravitating toward hybrids. Dealers need to move inventory, and that hesitation in the market is creating leverage for anyone paying attention right now. Ford Explorer. The Explorer is in the middle of an identity shift, and that shift is pushing prices down in ways that benefit budget-focused buyers. Ford has committed heavily to electrification and updated technology. The 2026 redesign is expected to bring more efficient powertrains, upgraded interiors, and a stronger focus on tech integration. All of that sounds great for future buyers, but it's created a problem for current inventory. Older Explorers, even those from 2023 and 2024, are suddenly looking outdated by comparison, and the market is reacting accordingly. Price drops on used Explorers are landing in the 10 to 18% range, depending on trim and mileage. A well-equipped 2023 Explorer that was listed around $38,000 last year is now showing up closer to $32,000. That's a substantial correction, and it's happening because demand has softened as buyers wait to see what the redesign brings. Here's the thing though. The current generation Explorer is far from bad. The 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine delivers strong acceleration without punishing fuel economy. The 10-speed automatic transmission, which had some rough early years, has been significantly improved in recent models. Ride quality is composed, the cabin is spacious, and if you opt for a higher trim, the materials and features often rival what you'd find in vehicles costing considerably more. Ford has also made real improvements in reliability over the past few years. Early Explorers from this generation had some issues, particularly with the transmission and electronics, but models from 2022 onward show better consistency. Service records tell that story clearly. Fewer warranty claims, fewer unexpected repairs, and more satisfied owners who are keeping these vehicles well past 100,000 miles. From a practical standpoint, the Explorer checks a lot of boxes. 3 rows of seating, strong towing capacity if you need it, available all-wheel drive that handles snow and light off-road conditions without drama, and because Ford sold so many of these, parts availability is excellent and service costs stay reasonable. The price drop isn't about the Explorer becoming a worse vehicle, it's about market psychology. Buyers see the redesign coming and assume the current model is obsolete. That assumption creates opportunity for anyone willing to look past the model year and focus on what the vehicle actually delivers. Honda Pilot. The Honda Pilot is experiencing one of the steeper price corrections in the midsize SUV segment, and the reason comes down to timing and competition. Honda introduced a new generation Pilot recently with more aggressive styling, updated technology, and a stronger focus on family-friendly features. That's great for Honda's future sales, but it's had an immediate effect on older models. Buyers see the new generation and mentally write off the previous one, even though the differences in day-to-day usability are often minimal. Used Pilots from 2022 and 2023 are seeing price drops in the 12 to 15% range. A Pilot that was selling for around $36,000 a year ago is now closer to $31,000. For a vehicle that still offers Honda's reputation for reliability, that's a significant shift. The previous generation Pilot is built on a platform Honda has refined extensively. The V6 engine is naturally aspirated, which means fewer turbochargers to worry about down the road. It's smooth, responsive, and proven across hundreds of thousands of vehicles. The 10-speed automatic transmission had some early hiccups, but Honda addressed those issues in later model years. By 2022, most of the bugs were worked out. Inside, the Pilot offers genuine 3-row seating with good legroom even in the 3rd row. The materials feel durable rather than cheap, controls are laid out logically. There's nothing flashy here, but there's also nothing frustrating. It's the kind of interior that works well for families who actually use their vehicles rather than just show them off. Maintenance costs on the Pilot remain low compared to many competitors. Honda's parts network is extensive, service intervals are reasonable, and because the Pilot shares components with other Honda vehicles, even independent shops can handle most repairs without issue. The depreciation curve on the Pilot has always been gentler than average, which makes the current price drop even more notable. This isn't a vehicle that typically loses value quickly, but the combination of a new generation arriving and a cooling market has created a window where buyers can grab a well-built, reliable SUV at a price that would have seemed impossible just a year ago. Chevrolet Traverse. The Chevrolet Traverse is facing a problem that has nothing to do with its capabilities and everything to do with market dynamics. Chevrolet is pivoting hard towards electric vehicles. The company has made it clear that the future is electric, and that messaging has unintentionally created doubt around its traditional SUVs. At the same time, the Traverse is competing in a segment that's become increasingly crowded with crossovers that offer similar space and features at lower prices. The result? Price drops in the 10 to 18% range on used models. A 2023 Traverse that was priced around $35,000 last year is now showing up closer to $29,000. For a 3-row SUV with solid build quality and strong practicality, that's a compelling number. The Traverse is not flashy, it's not going to turn heads at a stoplight, but it delivers space, comfort, and utility without asking you to overlook major flaws. The 3.6-liter V6 engine provides adequate power for highway merging and passing, fuel economy is reasonable for the size, the ride quality is smooth, especially on longer trips, and the interior layout prioritizes function over style, which for many families is exactly what works. Reliability has improved noticeably in recent years. Early models from this generation had some transmission issues, but Chevrolet addressed those problems. Models from 2022 onward show better consistency. Routine maintenance is straightforward, parts are affordable, and because the Traverse shares its platform with other GM vehicles, service knowledge is widespread. The real advantage here is value per square foot. The Traverse offers more interior space than many competitors at a price point that's become increasingly attractive. For buyers who need room for kids, gear, and road trips, the math often works in the Traverse's favor, especially now that prices have dropped. Hyundai Palisade. The Hyundai Palisade rounds out the list, and it's here for a reason that's both strategic and unavoidable. Hyundai is pushing aggressively into the electric vehicle market. The company has made it clear that future development and marketing dollars are flowing towards EVs. The Palisade, while still a strong seller, is no longer the centerpiece of Hyundai's messaging. That shift in focus has softened demand just enough to create price drops in the 8 to 12% range on the pre-owned market. A 2023 Palisade that was listed around $43,000 last year is now closer to $38,000. For a vehicle that competes directly with the Honda Pilot and Toyota Highlander, that's a meaningful discount. The Palisade delivers a level of refinement that often surprises people unfamiliar with recent Hyundai products. The interior materials feel upscale, the cabin is quiet at highway speeds, the ride quality is composed without feeling too soft, and the standard feature list often includes equipment that competitors reserve for expensive option packages. Hyundai backs the Palisade with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's not a gimmick, it's a reflection of confidence in the product. For second owners, a significant portion of that warranty often still applies, which reduces long-term risk. The powertrain is straightforward, a V6 paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Nothing exotic, nothing experimental, just proven components that prioritize reliability over headline numbers.
Fuel economy is competitive for the class. Maintenance costs are reasonable, and because Hyundai's dealer network has expanded significantly, service accessibility is no longer a concern in most areas. The Palisade doesn't suffer from poor engineering, it suffers from shifting corporate priorities. And for buyers watching their budgets, that shift creates an opportunity to buy a well-equipped, reliable SUV at a price that reflects market hesitation rather than actual shortcomings. As we head into 2026, the SUV market is adjusting in ways that favor buyers willing to look past the hype. These 5 SUVs aren't dropping in price because they've gotten worse. They're dropping because of redesigns, corporate strategy shifts, and cooling demand. For anyone shopping with a clear head and a realistic budget, this might be the best window in years. Which of these SUVs would you consider? Or are there other models you think are being overlooked right now? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this breakdown useful, consider subscribing. We'll see you in the next one.